This is the American Minute with cultural commentator Slip Zipley. Hello, fine, faithful, patriotic Americans, and the rest of you can suck it. My name is Slip Zipley, and I'm here to talk to you today about climate change, or as it used to be called, global warming. And frankly, I'm not surprised that the scientistas decided to change the name from global warming, because if there's so much warming going on, how come I stepped outside of my house today and it was cold as balls? I'll tell you why. It's because this so-called issue is yet another lie of the liberal left that has been foisted upon us by people who hate everything that is great about America. Environmentalism is nothing more than dressed-up communism. It's like a watermelon, green on the outside, red on the inside. And frankly, I'm not surprised that our President Barack Hussein Obama loves it. Because it's communist, not because it's a watermelon. I'm not implying that the president likes watermelons, I mean, he may like watermelons. I'm just saying that I'm not implying that he likes watermelons because he's moving on. Now, the reason I'm saying that I know that environmentalism is a sham and climate change is a lie is because look at what they're going after. Carbon emissions. In this case, CO2 or carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, for the love of Pete. They're saying that that's dangerous now? Carbon dioxide is a perfectly natural gas. In fact, it's what plants breathe, I found out this morning. And they're telling us it's going up into the sky and it's causing all kinds of problems. It's causing the climate to change and we're having things like droughts and floods. Well, which is it? I happened to look out my window this morning and I saw some plants. I know they must be breathing. They're right there. So where are the floods? I don't see any floods. No, carbon dioxide is perfectly harmless. In fact, it's a good thing. And as anyone from America can tell you, there is no such thing as too much of a good thing. That's right. Carbon dioxide is necessary for human life. It's like water, and there's no such thing as too much water, is there? Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Slip, didn't you say something about floods earlier? Isn't too much water a flood? Well, you'll be surprised to know the answer is absolutely not. If you're fortunate enough to be gifted from the great skies above this great land of ours, and from God himself with a plethora of excessive water, you're not in a flood, you're in a water surplus. Yes, I believe that if the average American were to find himself lucky enough to be on the roof of his house with his remaining family members, awaiting rescue from a helicopter, they should consider themselves grateful to see all of their property submerged in such a valuable commodity. A commodity so valuable that wars are being fought over it even as we speak. It's like oil in that way. And that's why I believe that these water surpluses, these aquatic soggy gifts from Jesus' own hose, are the key to making America great again. Think about it. People around the world are dying of thirst. They're willing to kill for water, and for us, water just falls out of the sky like rain. Now, I believe that with a valuable resource like this, it is absolutely imperative that we treat it with the utmost respect and care. And I believe that respect and care is best expressed in the free market. Which is why I and my many Republican friends in Congress are pushing through legislation to ensure that in the event of a catastrophic water surplus, major corporations can come in and very simply claim that water and all of the land underneath it so it can be adequately and profitably managed. And managed in the way that the market does best, with freedom. Freedom from regulation, freedom from taxation. And don't you worry, the former landowners will be adequately compensated if the corporations are feeling generous that day. Now remember, this bold plan is not without risk to all of you out there, because it could leave a lot of Americans homeless. But isn't that risk worth taking? If it can make America the leader of the world markets again, I think it does. And that's because the consequences don't affect me. So, in conclusion, I believe that it is absolutely essential that we as Americans release as much carbon dioxide into the atmosphere as we possibly can, because more CO2 means more climate change, and more climate change means more rain, and more rain will make America great again! Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, A, Slip, didn't this American Minute go on for a lot longer than 60 seconds? And, well, fair enough on that. And B, didn't you say at the beginning of this screed that global warming was a lie and that carbon dioxide had absolutely nothing to do with it? And to that I can only say, stop hating America! This has been the American Minute-ish or some amount of time with cultural commentator Jerk Jerkbag. I heard that! And now in following with our